So it's been a little while since I posted a video onto the channel. Granted the channel's not big, but that's okay. I thought I'd get some updates. Um, Started my new job, which is, pretty relaxed. Granted the pay is not good, but, it's relaxed. You have a lot of free time, so, but at 10 bucks an hour, you're not really buying much. Because granted, I can be fast, I can organize well. That's just if you pay me enough, because I used to help manage and run, drive-throughs to make sure everything went out quickly, So, and that's not to brag or anything, that's just, hey, I can do more. You gotta pay me more. Have a interview tomorrow, which I'm excited and nervous about. I reserved the Uber ride down there, because I don't care if I have to Uber there for the next month until I get a car, because that job is my lifeline, I feel. Or at least it's a major one. So, looking forward to that tomorrow. I reserved the ride to make sure I get there about an hour and a half early so I can also explore the campus and figure out where I'm going. But, from the map it looks pretty straightforward. Had an incident with an online bank that I'm using yesterday. So right now I have about a little over half of my savings in limbo. I tried transferring the money out and I should have just waited, but panic mode, you don't really think. So I initiated the transfer to my linked bank account. So I have two banks. Online bank, it's a shitty bank. It's having a lot of issues. That's where I have about a little more than half of my savings in. Physical bank, I have a little under half of my savings. I have the rest of my money in there. But it's linked. Both accounts are linked. So I transferred the money, or initiated the transfer, to my physical bank. The issue is, I know it takes 1 to 3 business days for a transaction to go through, but the money is not in the online bank right now. So it makes me wonder, will they get this transaction right in about 3 days' time? So Saturday, early morning. If it's not there, I don't really know what to do. I have heard people, say call the FDIC because, for one, this online bank's customer service is shit from what I've been hearing. You can't get a hold of anyone. Their chat support doesn't work. It seems like a lot of the jobs with this bank were also outsourced. So that's another red flag. But right now I am very worried about that. Granted, I'm not in dire straits if that money does not go to me, but I'm going to be very, 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 very pissed off. Because that's a lot of money that I'm missing. But I need to wait to see if the transfer actually went through. I haven't had problems with transfers before. We'll see if it happens now. So that's, the little interesting and terrifying story of the day for me. I have an art piece that's commissioned. Someone on Reddit, has been looking at my artwork, asked for me to do some tattoo designs, so I'm currently working on that. I'll probably work on that some more today. For the first piece, they're giving me, more than what I'm asking for, which is nice. So, I feel happy, I feel fulfilled, accomplished, Someone wants to purchase my artwork. So hopefully that continues. Last night I also made some prints with a friend of mine. However, her printer kept having problems. We only got 20 prints to actually come out just right. And even granted, they're simple prints, but that's what we're starting with, just small and simple. So we still have about another 20 prints to go at least, but we also have, we have 46 pieces of print paper to use. So I don't know if we're going to use all of them or just save the rest for, maybe the next vendor market to see if it's a success or not on this first trial run. Because I probably spent in the ballpark of around, 75, 80 bucks on print paper, which, is fine. It's an experiment. So, oh, and the printer kept getting jammed, so that was fun. Got to invest in a better printer, at least for here, so I can actually do this. But that's if this takes off or not. You know, it takes off to at least to the extent to where I can just factor that into my expenses and not have to really worry. I feel like the medication's helping a little bit. I notice though I'm getting very angry and irritable suddenly. Like I'll curse out loud. It used to be I kind of kept it to myself or I would fidget. Now it's to like the point where I'm swearing out loud. Not in public, mind you, but more of like if I'm walking along in a more secluded area, that's what I'll probably do. Apparently I'm supposed to take twice the dose of medicine that I'm currently on, so I'm starting that today and see how that works. But I mean, overall, I feel a little bit better about myself. I think it's mainly the art as well, because I think in school the reason why I liked art so much is that I could, you know, it made me like myself, because I could create something with my hands that looked great, that people liked and appreciated. You know, I felt valuable as a human. And I think maybe that's where my self-worth comes in, is, you know, maybe the, you know, call it what you want, maybe, you know, call it talent. But the fact that I have that and can produce something that people like is great. You know, and also a bonus, you know, I guess I have a good brain, you know, a good head on my shoulders to tutor people, help them out with their math and physics homework. You know, that's great too. But, you know, I'm watching more art videos now. Not really watching the videos I used to watch. Mainly just watching drawing videos. I need to look up some tutorial videos on how to draw hair, how to draw fabric, how to draw flames. And more or less, I just want to know what they're doing. Like, what technique are they using? What are they blending? What are they doing first? You know, are they blending light or are they blending like a light shade, then darkening and then adding highlights? You know, that's something that I would do with flames, is I would add a very light layer of shading, darken in some areas to make it look like the flame is darker in certain points or certain spots, and then add highlights to make the highlights of the flame. Granted, that process will probably take a lot longer if you're trying to go for a more realistic look. So, but anyway, you know, I thought I would just talk about what's going on lately. You know, hopefully I get this job tomorrow, because if so, I will Uber there and make sure I Uber ahead of time. You know, I'm not going to Uber and make sure I get dropped off on time. I'm going to make sure I'm dropped off with like an hour to spare at least. I'm going to do that for at least the next month until I get my car and my license. So, looking forward to that, you know, at least if I get this job. They did email me the questions, the interview questions, which seem pretty standard. A couple questions feel like traps, though. At least from the way it's phrased. So I'm thinking about how I want to answer them. I mean, there's my answer, which is somewhat right. At least I feel, but I don't know if it's going to be right to them. So, I'll talk about that more later. Maybe when the interview's done. So, that's it for now, and thanks for watching.